situation? You have a lot of ends to work with and not as many inside guys to work with, or how does that?
Yeah, and going back to what I've always said, you try to put young men in position to be successful. And so on our third down, obviously the guys that are going to add something to it are ends. So yeah, we want the ability to play 4 ends at a time.
Thank you.
You bet. Hey, how we doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good.
What's a big jump this week, or is it maybe just kind of a smaller one?
As far as
in terms of snaps and chances he'll get.
No, I think he's going to take a significant jump.
What have you seen from him? I know you guys have pretty much raved about it. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Well, to be honest, I think with his type injury, this is the quickest I've ever seen him come back. So that just goes with his mentality of preparation. He takes care of his body, and he probably getting 5 treatments a day. So it's just all his attitude. So it doesn't surprise me that he's back this early.
I know you guys have talked about all the things that he's done. Has there been something that maybe surprised you in his comeback that maybe even kind of blew you away a little bit?
Well, just the fact that the first day the trainer said, well, he can take a couple snaps, so he's jumping in every huddle, wanting to take every rep. So, but that's typical for him. So, like I said, we got to stick to the plan, and we'll be ready to go. Thanks.
Marlon Wall's ground running a little bit. Wall's playing well. Is that kind of how much better is that making the situation there at defensive end?
Well, it makes it a lot better, and then utilizing all those guys as much as you can. I guess we're putting them all out there at times. So we're trying to be more athletic on longer downs, and so it's nice to have those tools.
I guess O'Brien and Greg Clark looked like they were probably maybe the tackles with the 3rd and 4th most reps last week. It looked like anyway. How did they do with that time?
They held their own in there, and I think with both of them, it's progressing and getting better. But as they progress, they get more reps. But I think they're coming along.
How's Jason Carr's progress coming along there at tackle?
He's a work in progress. We're grinding him, so he's going to get better.
In terms of him not playing tackle a lot, is that something that's, I don't want to say slowed down the process, but he played a lot of end in high school, did some things. Is that just a lot of new techniques and a lot of different things for him in there?
Well, it's a lot of new techniques, and it's a lot different having 600 and something pounds leaning on you. So he's got to learn to strain and fight pressure and do those kind of things.
Coach, I'm sure you got asked about Kareem.
Yeah.
I apologize, but
that's okay.
I was stunned that he only played 7 snaps on Saturday. He seemed to show up so much. I mean, how much more involved can he be this week?
We have a plan, and we're going to get him much more involved. But it doesn't do any good to have him go through overplaying this 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm going to be very smart with him, and he's going to play as much as he's ready to play.
And just without going too far overboard, how impressive was that? I mean, I know he didn't get a sack. He looked like he was in the backfield repeatedly, and never played a college game before.
He was
coming
excited. I told him that's great. I said, but it's not like playing 5 technique against. They played with 6 and 7 offensive linemen at times, and then so I'm not going to throw him in there, and all of a sudden he's got 325-pound guys on him. That's a different world. So he was utilized in situations where we could use him at that point.
And this week, I imagine contain is a big deal. Building a quarterback. How are you guys set up to do that?
Yeah, I think all get more athleticism on the field to counteract the athletic quarterback. It's obviously a point of emphasis in the meeting room, a point of emphasis on the field. It won't be our first, it won't be our last.
And what do you think's been the key to Marlon? I mean, he seems like Saturday may be his best game.
It was.
To see that improvement for a guy that's been here that long. What do you think?
I thought he had the best game for the D-lineman. We talked earlier that it's not only a good game, but it's a productive game. He had some production, and so that was good to see. And I think that is just attitude. That he has accepted his role, and he's taking it and understands it. And when he gets his reps, he's taking advantage of it. Thanks, guys. Big Dan would probably never live up to his potential. I don't say that negatively or meanly. He just got a lot of potential. But I think he's making progress. His biggest areas are leverage, effort, those kind of things. I think he's making significant progress.
Is it hard to coach when you see somebody with so much potential, but the effort is lacking? Is that frustrating?
Well, yeah, obviously we're a program-based on it. So I think how you help that is you put in more people and sell the fact that you're going to play as hard as you can. every snap you can, and then we'll get to play us.
And then you guys are preparing for two very different quarterbacks to play on Saturday. What are some of the challenges this week in practice?
Well, I think you obviously want to identify when they're really athletic. They're both athletic. But when the really athletic one comes in, you have to have awareness. We talked about that started in the meeting on Monday. That's carried over to the field. To identify when he is on the field, to identify what plays can hurt you, obviously, quarterback runs, those type of things. Keep him in the pocket. And we just talked about making him be a quarterback. Don't let him run away. We got hit by that last week, so point of emphasis is make him be a quarterback.
And then Coach Jones said on Monday that Marlon Wallace was coming off the best game probably of his entire career at Florida. What have you seen out of Marlon, and was he